Supreme love, supreme knowledge, supreme wisdom. Hopefully y'all can hear me pretty well. It's a nice slight breeze, so a lot of radiation too going on. So hopefully you can hear me really good. But this video right here is gonna be about humble beginnings, right? And in this video, I'm gonna be pretty transparent. I'm gonna be pretty pretty transparent. I'm gonna be pretty open. And I see the rain coming down too, so this is a very opportunity for me to release. This video is just about being humble. Humble beginnings. You know, never forget where you came from. And never have too much pride or too much ego to go back to the drawing board, or go back to the foundation. Maybe even the starting point, just to fix something or make an alteration to jump back to the place where you need to be, where God have you aligned. It's like building something, like a car, right? Let's say if you build a car and let's say it's on the assembly line, you got 100 people on the assembly line at part 42. Let's say, even though this can't necessarily happen, instead of him twisting to the right to tighten it, he loosened it. He tightened it to the left, and he never really fully got it was never fully executed how it should have been. You see what I'm saying? Maybe he just moved too fast. Maybe he was a little anxious, or felt like he just, you know, can do it at a certain thatch or a certain frequency and pretty much get the job done just as well. But by the time they got to part 98, part 99 didn't go on correctly, just because it's just something slight. At part 42, it wasn't a super big issue. You see what I'm saying? It wasn't a huge issue to the point where it couldn't be fixed. But the manager or the supervisor or the boss of the actual you know, of the whole business, or the boss on the line, you know, he has to now go back and try to see exactly where this issue or where this problem was. So in the midst of that time, you know, the week or the 2 weeks that it took, maybe he was just a little bit confused, a little bit uncentered, a little bit distracted. These are things that you're going to go through in life, and I feel like I want to bring reference to this story because I keep forgetting that it's raining. So I want to understand that this is exactly what's happening in my life right now. I understand the balance. I am living in my yacht currently right now, so I'm perfectly there. But now it's a matter of the true alignment of making sure both sectors, or all sectors, are in alignment, so you can operate at your highest level, because that's what's important. And if you can operate at your highest level, it will be easier for you to align. It will be easier for you to tap into the divine connection and never get lost within your purpose. I'm not even saying I ever got lost within my purpose. I always knew what my purpose was, but sometimes our ego is, sometimes God send a roadblock, right? Like say you're traveling. I don't know why 100 keep coming to me, whatever, this is what we're going with. The 1 and the 0, that's the balance, that's why. But let's say you're traveling, and then, you know, you come up to this road where you know, it might have took you, GPS said 1 hour, but now you come up here, it's a roadblock. Now they done alter your direction. Now it takes another 45 minutes. But instead of you understanding that this is the path that God has set for you all along, you will embrace the journey you will embrace the views. Like if God told you this is the path I need you to take because you're going to learn something. But we already should know that in our heart. But if we heard Source say that, we would look at that journey and that path so much different. But like I said, it's the ego and the pride which stops us from, you know, accepting those roadblocks, or accepting them, like just feeling them, like really just accepting them 100%. Like I said, if God told you was going to learn something, you was going to grow, you was going to come out this exponentially with a different mindset, you will look at the trees differently, you look at the road differently, you look at the guy with the flag, with the red flag waving, or the white flag letting you know when to go, when to stop, when in traffic, or when you inside the car with your family, y'all have a slight conversation, or your kid may say something. You just never know. So that's where I'm at in my life. I just had to be not necessarily humble, because I'm a servant of God. So this is not me being humble. I'm actually just going exactly back to part 42 that I spoke about in the beginning. Everything is full circle. I'm going back to part 42 because I basically, at part 42, I moved a little bit too fast. I got anxious, right? And sometimes when you get a little bit anxious, you move too fast. And sometimes that's why they say patience is a virtue. Because if you're not patient in certain situations, you'll have to go back. Once you're already pretty much at part, about to be finished, now you got to go all the way back, halfway back to where you pretty much practically just left, right? And it had nothing to do with your ethic, your work ethic, your mindset, nothing. It was just, no, actually, I'm sorry. It had nothing to do with your work ethic. It was totally 100% just mindset. I knew in my mind, in my heart, that it was too early to make that move. And in hindsight, if I would have stayed where I was, something would have already could have happened, but that never was the case, so I'm not even going to speak on that. But you know, just moving. It's like even in chess, life is a game of chess. You can't move like checkers. You know, in checkers you might be able to jump 3 stacks and king up. Chess, no, you can't do that. You gotta be able to move 3 to 5 steps ahead of time. So that's what Source is doing, the omnipresent. So, but trust God with your life. I really wanted to make this video because I'm really talking to myself to trust Source. You know what I'm saying? And I understand that things gonna be annoying and aggravating, and you know, stop letting these internet people and, you know, try to make certain things or certain shit look bad for you. You know, as long as you got a plan and you have connection with God, Source, Most High, Jesus, Muhammad, whoever you subscribe to, yourself, you, the person you see in the mirror every day, you know, or nature, you know, whatever that is, just you know, ascribe to it. Be yourself. Be who you are. Love yourself, right? And that was for somebody else, because I know damn sure I know who I am. I love myself. But you may be watching this, and that may be where you've been lost, you know. And God leading me in this direction because somebody that's watching this video is feeling like that. But know who you are. Nobody will ever love you like you will love you. So that's what's important. But once you loving yourself at the highest frequency, nothing else matters. All right, but 4, 5, 6, right? So I was just meant to see that with 4, 5, 6. If you from the trenches, you know what that means, right? That's a natural. And me, I'm a natural, right? So basically, in that sense, I just hit the jackpot, and it's coming. And I'll probably make another video a few days from this. I probably get about 4,500. You know, so I'm gonna show y'all that. And today is 6:30. Probably had that by 7 too. Stay tuned. But yeah, that was just another part of the story. But 6 days from now. Damn, I don't like that. But okay, July 5th. We'll do it. Supreme love, knowledge, and wisdom. I love y'all. I love me. Thank you.